Hello, Nerdy Librarian here. Welcome to part 8 of this legendary playthrough of Skyrim Special Edition. When last we left Felix Oddball, he had been searching for a member of the Blades named Esbern, an expert on dragon lore, if you will. Upon discovering that Esbern was within the Ratway in Riften, he made his way through there, taking on a few of the lowlifes that had made that their home or place of ambush of others. He made his way into the Ragged Flagon, a place owned by the Thieves Guild, which operates within Riften, and he was told that yes, there is in fact a man named Esbern in the Ratway. Upon entering further into the Ratway, it's discovered that the Thalmor had already made it to the Ratway. They'd already made it inside, searching for Esbern. Upon sneaking through, Felix was able to get to Esbern before the Thalmor did, and convinced him to leave his place of hiding and seclusion in order to meet with Delphine back in Riverwood. A fight ensued as the Thalmor noticed, and thankfully all the Thalmor were taken care of within the tunnels. There were no witnesses as to Esbern left concerning that, aside from the Thieves Guild, but they are their own shady organization who trades in secret. AKA what that means is they won't tell that Esbern was there, because they were harboring him for all that time. And upon arriving back in Riverwood and meeting with Delphine, it was found that Felix, Delphine, and Esbern were to go in search of what is known as Alduin's Wall. Something that was created by ancient members of the Blades, depicting potentially how to defeat Alduin once and for all. And that is within Skyhaven Temple, which is said to be lost to the ages. And that is where we left off. So this ought to be fun, I think. I told Delphine and Esbern last part to go ahead and make their way over there. So I don't have the burden of trying to travel with other people, because that can be a bit of a pain. But we have to go to the Karthspire region, which I have not been to yet. So I'm going to need to take a cart to Markarth, meaning I have to head up to the Whiterun stables in order to be able to do that. I wonder how expensive this is going to be. We shall see. How much gold do I have? Way more than enough.
Need a ride?
I
can take you to any of the hold capitals.
Where do you want to go? Markarth.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
Ooh, good. It's only 20 gold. It's not an entire rip-off.
Ever been to Markarth? Some say it was built by the dwarves. I don't believe a word of it, though.
Oh, man, Bjorlum. Get yourself cultured, man. It may well have been built by the dwarves. Ah, and we arrived during daylight. That is excellent. That's nice. Right. Now, granted, getting to Karthspire is not going to be the easiest thing in the world. There's something going on there. I'll be
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old fort near Riften. Might consider joining up myself.
Thank you for your information. You are neither the first nor the last to let me know of that. Okay, so it looks like I can get closer to Karthspire by heading south, but look, the Khajiit caravan is here. Meaning they might have some fun things for me. Hello, Risad.
We are creatures of the desert. The north wind chills us to the bones.
What have you got for sale, Risad?
Take a look.
Ah, thank you. Ooh. Ooh. Ho ho ho. Those are fun. Oh, I want those. I do want those. So what do I have that I can sell? I somehow have an ancient Nord bow on me. Yeah, I'll sell that. I'm not selling the Dwarven bow of Arcane. Would never do that. Yeah, I'll sell the Staff of Zombies because it doesn't end up being very useful. No, keep the Gloves of the Pugilist. Keep those. Iron Boots. Right. I'll sell the Iron Boots because they're taking up space. Okay, I would get rid of the party clothes, except I think Diplomatic Immunity is the only quest that you can really get those on, so I'll keep that, sell that. Why am I hanging on to the steel armor anyways? Yeah, no, scaled armor is the same caliber, like, same armor class, has a lot less weight to it, and I haven't had to upgrade my scaled armor yet, versus that other armor that I had there. So, sell Conjurer's Draft. I'll hang on to that. Oh, dang it, my prices could have been better. Oh well. That's par for the course. Scrolls? Ooh. Okay. Oh, I'm keeping that one. Oh! I think the scrolls themselves actually got a little bit more powerful. At least there are some buffs on them. So I don't really know. That's kind of interesting. I've never noticed that before. I do have some dragon scales. I'll sell those because they're taking up some weight. Some dragon bone. Yeah. Now I'm gonna buy that. I want that. Sell the rest of the dragon bone, flawless garnets. Sell the gems that are on me. Aside from soul gems, I keep soul gems. Conjurer's Draft. Yeah, I'll sell that. Keep Cure Disease, Destruction, keep it. Magico, keep it. Should have used the haggling, but it's fine. I have plenty of gold. I'm not down that much.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
Thank you, Risad. But now, instead of wearing Elven Light Gauntlets, I can wear the Elven Gauntlets of Major Alchemy, which actually have better armor class too, being still within light armor, but now my bones does 29 base damage versus 23, which is good, because that means it's going to get multiplied with sneak attack. Grab some more alchemy materials and quick save, because, well, I want that to be canon. Those gauntlets are mine. Oh look, a goat. Remember what I still have on here? I have a fainting goats mod! Yay! Ta-da! See it, chump. I typically don't travel by this road much, so we'll see how things go. Also, I also don't have the soul gems to be able to recharge my bow, which is...
Are you finished ogling the grotesque? I suppose I should be grateful you didn't simply attack me.
Your skin. Are you ill?
I am one of the afflicted. I'd have been dead from this plague a year ago if not for Periite's protection.
Where are you going?
Returning to High Rock. Our shepherd lost his way, and I fear Periite's wrath may consume those who remain with him. Kesh could tell you more. I just want out of Skyrim as quickly as possible.
I understand, friend. Which, that's an interesting random encounter to have on the road. So that's another thing that I can do. Yeah, so that falls under the miscellaneous category. There are just so many quests within Skyrim. It's mind-boggling if you think about it. The amount of time and work that went into creating this game. And then to give hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of quests. Oh no, dragon. Oh boy. Of course, there'd be a dragon on the road. There always is. Yeah, this is less than ideal if I'm having to deal with the dragon. I can see it up there. I think it might be a frost dragon. I haven't traveled within proximity of a dragon's lair, I don't think. So, I wonder what this could mean. Well, I'll just have to sneak along. Oh. Poop. Okay. Still hidden. Still hidden. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. I need to get back under the bridge. Oh, this is less than ideal. Where'd it go? Hello, mud crab. Oh, how did that happen? Well, now the mud crab has spotted me, so I can't get sneak attack on it. Dang it. Sneak attack would have been great against that thing. Except the first shot had to miss. Don't see it anymore. Oh, now I see it. Oh. Little baby mud crab. I don't know what it thought it could do there against me. It's kind of funny. Oh, there's the other one. Hello. Oh. It's run away. It's running away. Okay, I'll take some arrows back if I can get them. Ooh, crab. I don't really need crab meat for anything. I'll take the chitin though. That's good alchemy material. Okay, I think I lost the dragon. And oh, there's another arrow. Thank you. I will take that. And some Nirn root. Good potion making material. Excellent. Excellent. Oh, that simplifies matters, I think. Glad I am not in the way of a dragon right now. Glad it's not trying to get me. Ooh, juniper. Yes, I'll take that. Okay. Never mind. I've been spotted. There's 2 dragons. There are 2 dragons up there. I want no part of that. Okay, it looks like I've made it towards Karthspire. Are they gonna follow me? That's my main concern here. If they follow me, it's game over. Nope, it seems like they're sticking to beyond the river there, which is good. Oh, come on. Yep, they're doing battle with something. I don't know if they're fighting goats, or if they found something else that makes for interesting prey. But obviously they won't fight each other. I'm gonna see if I can hide here long enough. Nope. Okay, so increase my health. All those just increase health. I want to restore health. Thank you very much. Okay. Well, hold up. This might prove beneficial. This might be beneficial. If I can get the dragon to fight the denizens at Karthspire, I can turn things in my favor. Hoping that's a possibility. Ah. I think they might be fighting the dragon. Or one of the dragons. I can see the other one over there, but I don't know where the first one went. That scares me, because I got hit by an ice blast, and 2 of those ice blasts are killer if you're at full health. If you're less than full health on Legendary, you're probably dead on 1. Okay. There's the dragon there. Flying overhead. Okay. It looks like it's going to be fighting the denizens at Karthspire. Oh, that was a critical strike, and it did almost none of its health. Oh, I don't like this. I do not like this. The dragons know I'm here, and so do the people at Karthspire. Gotta be a better way. There's a mine up here. It wasn't a direct hit. That's good. Bad news is I have to seriously run. Saloon's sinkhole. I mean,
Hide from me.
Hey Perth, oh, you won't talk to me. Okay, I don't want to get you killed. In game, I don't.
Whoa there! I don't know where you're going, but stay. Never should have come here.
Oh,
We're gonna need an
poop.
army to clear out that crypt.
Any chance we might be able to talk here?
Where
Perth?
are you?
Hey, you. Hey, you. Perth, come here. Could you follow me, please?
Guess it's all clear now.
Okay.
Whoa there! I don't know where you're going, but stay out of that mine. It isn't safe.
The mine isn't safe. Why?
We tunneled into an old Nordic crypt. The whole place is crawling with Draugr. We're not mining up any ore with those undead around, so I wouldn't go down there if I were you.
I'll handle those Draugr for you.
You're joking, right? Those bone walkers will tear you limb from limb. But if you want to get yourself killed, go ahead.
I won't do that right now, but I'm glad I got that as a mission. Hey, Esper,
Are you sure this is the right way?
how do we find the entrance to Skyrim?
The entrance must be past the Forsworn camp. Look for a canyon or cave entrance into the Karth Spire.
What's so important about me being dragon?
It's the prophecy, don't you see? Only a dragon will...
Uh-oh.
I'm beginning to realize things are not going according to plan here. Okay, where's Perth? Okay, reach hold guards. That's good. That's good. We do have some guards on our side here against these dragons. Oh boy, where did Perth go? Okay, he's just cowering there. Well... boy. Okay. Hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. Excellent. How much carry weight do I have? Okay, so if we take down dragons, I do have more than enough carry weight. Oh no. Perth, oh dear. I don't want NPCs to get killed in game. I don't. I really don't. Granted, it is legendary, so I think he might have a lot of health, but... yeah, literally 2 dragons. We are literally fighting 2 dragons at once here. Less than ideal. I mean, there always has to be something interesting to pad the time in these videos, I guess. I don't mean there to be, it just sort of happens. 1 minute you're taking a peaceful walk along through the province of Markarth, and the next you're fighting a fire and a frost dragon. This is ridiculous. Okay. I don't see Perth anywhere. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. Esbern is firing some firebolts from over there. As an archer, I'm kind of sticking to Solon's Sinkhole mine entrance. Oh man. This is ridiculous. Okay, I've got 97 arrows left. Should have enough for against these dragons. I don't know if I'll have enough left for against those Karth Spire yet. Boy. How did I manage to anger these dragons? They must have seen these new bracers that I just bought. Because dragons really like treasure. Oh boy. Kleptomaniacs with wings and armor, scales. This is, yeah, this is fun. This is an interesting one. Welcome to part 8, where we fight dragons and find a hidden temple. Legends, a hidden temple. Ouch. I had to run inside quickly because that didn't work very well. Okay. Heal up. I think I can still hear the dragons outside. Oh, and Delphine is inside with some Draugr? What? Ow! I think I just got hit from behind. Rude. This is ridiculous. Oh! Ooh! No. This is all-out war, is what it is. This is all-out war up here. We're only 25 minutes into this recording, and we've already incited a huge conflict between dragons, Draugr, Forsworn, the Blaze. And this is just normal Skyrim. This is amazing. Oh. But what that means is we also have more, well, we have more entities that can fight these dragons as well now. Which is amazing. I hope that dragon's not following me. Ooh. It's flying up there. Please don't do a flyby on me. Please don't. That would be bad. Okay, yep. You go attack Karthspire and get grounded by them. That would be nice. This one is not taking much damage at all. It says it's a normal dragon. I don't know if I buy that. Boy. This is a dangerous place to be stuck. Oh, man. I really want to survive this encounter, because this is so interesting what's happening. Nice. Another hit on a dragon. Let's see if I can ground this one. My guess is Perth is probably not still alive. If he is, that's a miracle, and maybe it's because I'm not the one that's actually shot him. Because I haven't yet. Yet being the keyword. Yes! Yes, one dragon is grounded. That is good. That's progress. That's excellent. Oh, come on! It landed there, of all places. Oh, there goes my nice hiding spot. Okay. Well, that dragon seems to. Oh, that was weird. So this dragon over here appears to be trying to sit this part of this out. So if I can take it out, can get it down to a one dragon show, which would be nice. And then we focus on the other one, which is, I think it's supposed to be like an elder dragon, but it just says dragon on it, like a normal dragon. So I don't know what's happened. Okay, I need to keep my eyes peeled. Don't want to keep my back turned too long, too. Because the other dragon could fly down at any point and do something. I'm already down to 42 arrows. 42 iron arrows, that is. Okay. Search it. Got some steel arrows, some dragon bones, some dragon scales, some gold. And I got 13 of my iron arrows back. That's good. It's very good. Let's strike. Oh yeah, no, this dragon is not taking a lot of damage at all. This is insane. Wow. Okay. Okay. And those are denizens of Karthspire down there that are fighting the dragon. But I think I've angered them as well. So I want to get away from that. I just have arrows. I'm just helping to take out this dragon. I don't want violence with you guys yet. Critical strike on dragon. Oh, I ought to ask Delphine how the Droger are going. There was a saber cat here too? Oh man! This is amazing. Okay. Oh. That was amazingly bad. It got a good flyby on me. Okay, I'll just back in here and
use the practice.
Wait, Delphine, where are you? Delphine? Hello?
For the blades!
Delphine?
This is not good.
Oh, Delphine and Esbern are both in Solon's sinkhole? That's bad. Ooh. That's... Esbern just summoned something behind me. Or, actually no, that looked like necromantic magic, so it might be that he brought back one of the Draugr in this fight, which would be interesting. That might be beneficial. Slightly. Okay. Oh, that's a Hagraven over there. I think the Hagraven came up from the Karthspire camp. So they're doing battle with a Hagraven and whatever else. I'm helping to fight a dragon. A second dragon, which is much beefier. This is so good. This is amazing. Look at this content. I'm just eking around the corner, and please take these arrows. They're doing like no damage against you, but it'll eventually work. Okay. Oh, okay. Flame Atronachs. But it's a fire-breathing dragon. And dragon probably has resistance to different types of elements anyways. Like fire, frost. Oh, it's been hit with so many arrows. This is... Oh boy. Good news is, I think Hagraven might be down. Which is good, because that would have been a very difficult enemy to deal with. Aside from luring it up to a high place and using Unrelenting Force. That is one of my favorite strategies for such enemies. Because they're magic users and they like to throw some annoying fireballs. Great balls of fire. Okay, this dragon's down to about half health, which is good. That's good. Ooh. You don't see me. Nothing to see here. Except an archery increase to 47. I will take that. You know what? Let's put one into Magicka, because it's funny. In case I need to do some more healing. Anything I can do with archery here. That requires 60, so I can't really. That requires 60. That slows time for steady hand. I'm not too worried about that right now. What about sneak? Noise from arms already. Lightfoot. I won't trigger pressure plates because that's helpful in a fight like this. Well, granted, it's helpful really at any time. I can be very clumsy when I'm not the most perceptive, so having the ability to not trigger pressure plates by myself would be very nice and helps with setting up traps for, say, Draugr and that sort of thing, to get them to run across those traps, because they are not the most intelligent. Okay, I think the dragon is, yep, the dragon is grounded. That's good. That is very good. Okay. I'm almost out of iron arrows here. I'm gonna have to switch over to steel in order to shoot in only a few seconds. But this dragon is being peppered from all sides. We are doing incredible amounts of damage to it, even though it's on legendary. We can't do a lot of damage. We're doing what we can. Just keep firing. We've switched over to steel arrows officially, so we're doing an extra 2 damage per shot. Please don't kill me. That was almost bad. We almost just lost this encounter with that one breath, fire breath. I think that was a direct hit on us. Oh man. Oh man. This is ridiculous. We almost just lost. Okay. Dragon is staggered. Good. Keep at it, keep firing. Oh, man, I want this. Oh, I hope this one has some good stuff on it. Okay, right now it's stamina because I was zooming in too much there. Oh, sneak attack! Yes! Oh!
Do you need something?
Power of the dragon is yours.
Let me search this. Dragon bone, dragon scale, gold, and arrows. I want to switch back to those iron arrows. I know they do less damage, but
You are the dragon lord of Rufus.
and that's your flame atronach. Okay. Oh man, that was exhilarating. That was a good one. Now, I'm curious though.
Let's keep moving.
I am curious. So, Delphine and Esbern are with me on this. And with that battle that ensued, what happened to everybody else? Like, where's Perth? Where's the guard? Where's the Hagraven they were fighting? What happened here? Wait. Oh, nope, that's a tree stump. It's dark, and that's a tree stump. I was just seeing things, because I wanted to, apparently. Okay, I searched the Draugr already. So I know where heavy amounts of fighting were happening, which is on the other side here. I'm actually going to wait until, rest for the night before taking on Karthspire. And this will also make it daylight so I can see what I'm looking at. And maybe, just maybe, Perth will still be alive. Probably is, because I didn't hit him with an arrow. I mean, he is an NPC that gives a quest. I'm hoping that he's still alive, because that was
Lead on to Skyrim.
a ridiculous battle. Okay. Yeah, so Karthspire's down there. I don't want to head there yet because I'm still looking around for any sign of other survivors of this attack. I brought 2 dragons up to Solioran's sinkhole. That's just ridiculous. Oh man, are those dragon tracks? Whoa, okay. Never seen that before. Okay, I can go into the miner's house.
Can I
Maybe
help
Perth
you?
is gonna be here.
We
Two souls.
tunneled into an old crypt. We're warning strangers to keep out.
Well, wait. But you're too Thol. Where's
I'm not going into the
Perth?
mine with Draugr lurking down there.
Oh man. Oh, and there's a potion of true shot in there. Of course there was. Oh boy. As an archer, there are certain things I sometimes would like to have, and when I can't, and when I don't realize that they are there, oh man. Okay. Well, I don't know. Okay, that's...
Are you sure this is the right way?
I mean, yeah, it's down there. I'm still looking for survivors, Esbern. Or, I'm looking for people who didn't make it. I want to know that the guy who gave me a quest to venture into Solioran's sinkhole is still alive, okay? Let's be clear on that. Let's be clear. Ah, boy. 42 minutes into this recording, and I'm seeing no signs of survivors of this battle. I'm not finding Perth. Okay. And I'm not finding the Reachhold guard either. Which is strange.
Lead on to Skyhaven Temple.
I don't know where they would have gone, or what would have happened to them. Oh boy, that was a dragon burial mound. I wonder if that's where one of the dragons came from. Okay, there was a skeever that was caught up in that battle as well, it looks like. Which is interesting. Yeah, empty. A dragon no longer interred there. Which is a terrifying thought. A very terrifying thought. So now, I feel like I really do need to take on Karthspire camp here. And no, this is
Let's
not
keep
like
moving.
Boy Scout camp or anything. Karthspire camp is way different. What I mean by that is, we're going to clear this place out. We're not going to participate. We're not going to earn merit badges. Okay, well, this is where the Hagraven would have been. But once again, I don't know where it went, and that's heavy armor. Takes up more weight than I want it to. Oh, good. A lesser soul gem. You know what that means? Oop, wrong button. I can recharge my bow a little bit, and during that battle, my bow did get the ability to do an extra point of damage because my skill went up. That's nice. Ooh, giant toe, I have saber cat, void salts. That's nice. That's very nice. Yeah, where did all the entities, enemies, creatures that were involved in that battle go?
I'm in a bit of trouble here.
What? Oh. He must already be fighting some of the enemies. That's, wow. Way to get a good start on that, Esbern. I'm right behind you. I am right behind you. Ooh, amber. I've never seen amber in this game before. I don't know what this means.
I gave up this kind of thing a long time ago.
Alchemy lab. Don't mind me. I am just... yeah, okay. Ooh! Oh, that is so good. River Betties and Death Bells. How did I not know about this? Oh, okay.
I need some help with this one.
Make a couple of those. Not as good poisons of damage health, but they're still something at least. I can't wait when there are enemies nearby. Can I quick save? Yes, I can. So now that's canon. Wait. Excellent. Nice, okay. Oop, good dodge on your part. Oop, 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 oop. Ooh. It's another takedown. Good. And I will go back to my hiding position. I still want to know what happened to everybody involved in that battle. Because I don't know. Ooh, but there are plenty of enemies up ahead there, it looks like. And I don't have a very good stealth position here. And I can see battle ensuing there. Ho-ho! Somebody just got launched. Wow! That was pretty good. Ho-ho! See ya, chump. Oh, man! Well, you believed you could fly. How'd that work out for you? Okay. Search some of these. Some gold and amethyst. That's good. They don't have anything I want. They don't have anything I want. Ah, that's a miss. Okay, another Forsworn Archer it looks like. Ooh, sneak attack. Oh no. Oh. Oh boy. This is fun. Oh no. Please don't see me. Please do not see me. I'm enjoying being stealthy here. Please do not see me. Okay, they're going up there to join. No! No! Please let me out of this valley of chaos. Please! I want out! Don't cook me. Don't cook me, Forsworn Looter. How did they not see me in all of that? I don't understand this. How did they not see me? Okay. Okay. It's going well. I think. Ooh, okay. That's a miss. Oh, I was shooting at Delphine there. Whew, good dodge. Sorry about that. You move too much, people. Ooh, that was a good hit. Oh, there we go. That's takedown. And I see Esbern up there. Okay, Delphine's there. And Esbern's following.
I think we're getting close. Let's keep moving.
So, I'm gonna quick save again. We may have cleared out more enemies than I thought we did. Ooh, creep cluster, Cerulean spade tail, that's good. Take those. Some nice alchemy ingredients. Anybody up here I need to know about? No. There is a chest here, which I will definitely search. Flawless garnet, some gold, petty soul gem, a scroll of hysteria, and some leather boots. I don't need the leather boots. Okay. Is this one of the situations where the enemy fell off the side, or is this a situation where we are actually clear of enemies?
Lead on to Skyhaven Temple.
I'm confused. It's way too quiet here. Did we really do that good of a job clearing them?
Huh? I've got one.
Never mind. Knew it. Knew there had to be a pillager somewhere. Always is. And they have definitely seen me, so I want to get out of the way because I know they have strong magic. Of the potentially one-shot variety.
You can still run. It's not too late.
Lorcan's eyes, you're in.
You weren't talking to me, Espen, were you? Do I look like I'm in a running mood? Frost Ochrocks in a place where giving that pillager a lot of cover. And of course, they're healing themselves as they go. That was a critical strike. Good. I want to apply one of these. It missed. Of course it missed. Why? Why did it have to miss? I still have another one here. Please do not heal yourself. Oh man, okay, we got him. I think I can make this safely land on a kettle. Yay, a kettle drum. That was a nice landing. It was a good landing. It worked. And I think that is it. I think we cleared out the enemies here. Wow. So I guess having two dragons in pursuit of you is not always a terrible idea when it comes to clearing out an entire camp of enemies. Wow. This went swimmingly. Good job, us. Good job, us. Okay, there's the Forsworn Pillager there. So I'm going to jump down here and see what they have. Just some arrows on them. They don't have anything interesting. I was hoping they might have, but they didn't. Yeah. So I guess what that means is, well, I'll hit a quick save here and then make our way into Karthspire. Huh. Wow. Ooh, some more Nightshade, I'll take that. Wow! Okay. Oh wait, there are gonna be more enemies on the inside. Right. Forgot about that. That's a Briarheart. That's a Forsworn Briarheart. A very, very high level enemy. But there are three of us to do battle with him. And his allies. Take him out. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm going to cast some candlelight because it's really hard to see in here. And there's some stuff I want here. I'll take the Briarheart because that's good alchemy material. Okay. Okay, I can fall down here and safely get back out, so it's fine. An iron ore vein. I don't really need iron ore. I mean, I could well, can I? No, I don't have transmutation yet. I don't. Which is disappointing, but that'll come. Blacksmith draft, okay. Some void salts, some frost salts, rock warbler egg, canis root. This is all really nice. And a nice chest over here. Oh, thank you. Potion of plentiful healing you shouldn't have. Anything else in the vicinity I need to know about? No, it does not appear like... Well, wait. No, nothing else. So I will follow them further into Karthspire. I'll take the leather strips, though. That might be... And a bucket. I don't need a bucket.
These pillars must have something to do with it.
Yes, these are Akaviri symbols. Here, let's see. You had the symbol for king, and warrior, and of course the symbol for dragonborn. That's the one that appears to have a sort of arrow shape, pointing downward at the bottom.
We must be getting close. We should proceed cautiously.
How do we find the entrance to Skyrim Temple?
We should be careful. There's no telling what traps and wards the ancient blades may have set.
Okay.
We'd best be careful in here.
Delphine,
Let's
you have
keep
anything
moving.
for... No, you don't
It's
have
starting
anything
to look
for
like
me.
Esbern was right.
Which one was the dragonborn? So what if I set them all to dragon?
Yes, that's it. The symbol on the middle pillar.
Whatever you did, it worked.
Yeah, set them all to
Let's see what those
dragonborn.
old blades
Okay.
left in our way.
Okay, I'm gonna go and quick save that. Just to make sure I have that done. And let's cast some more candlelight, because that's beneficial. Okay. Okay, I think I have to walk in the ones that are dragonborn symbols. Which I can do. I can definitely do that. Yeah. Wait.
Wait,
Why are you stopping?
we should be careful here. See these symbols on the floor?
Look safe now. Let's move.
Okay.
Yes. I think we must be
Close to the entrance.
Oh. Well. I guess I just played my way across the room in about 2 seconds there, Esbern. And Delphine, thank you for that. That was fairly simple. 2 puzzles down. 1 to go, I think. Ooh, right, there is a chest up here. What's in it? Flawless garnet, some gold, a copper and onyx circlet, and an elven greatsword. Okay. I mean, I guess I could sell that, but...
wonderful. Remarkably well preserved, too.
Okay. Well, this is,
Here's the blood seal. Another of the lost Akaviri arts. No doubt it's triggered by, well, blood. Your blood, Dragonborn. Look here. You see how the ancient blades revered Riemann Cyrodiil?
Seal on the floor.
Amazing, eh? To be standing at the very entrance to Skyhaven Temple itself. Very good.
alright.
This whole place appears to be a shrine to Riemann. He ended the
You need help
Akaviri
drawing some
invasion
blood.
under mysterious circumstances,
know.
you recall?
So, it wants my blood. Alright.
After the so-called Battle of Pale Pass, the Akaviri went into his service. This was the
Esbern's probably
foundation
right.
stone of the
Try
Second
using your
Empire.
blood on the carved seal on the floor.
Right. Well, if I must, then.
Gods above, what are you waiting for?
It's done it. It's coming to life. You did it. Here's the entrance. After you, Dragonborn. You should have the honor of being the first to set foot in Skyrim.
There's no
All right.
telling what we might find inside.
Well, I'll go in crouching. No telling what we'll find. You're right. Rather, whatever's in there doesn't see me first.
Fascinating. Original Akaviri bas-reliefs, almost entirely intact. In me, you can see how the Akaviri craftsmen were beginning to embrace the more flowing northern style. Yes. Let's see what's up ahead.
Coast seems clear up there, Esbern. Didn't see anything. Didn't hear anything except you.
Shaw's bones, here it is. Aldrin's Wall, so well preserved, huh? I've never seen a finer example of early Second Era Akaviri sculpture and relief.
I hope you know how to read this, Esbern. What are we looking at, Esbern?
Isn't it amazing?
It is. Carry on.
Ah, thank you. Excellent. Now, where were we?
Esbern might be stuck in an animation loop here. Or not animation loop, but he might be just, well, stuck. And where's Delphine? Delphine.
What do you need, Dragonborn?
Let's go. Delphine. Hey. Delphine.
Do you need something?
Yes. Yes, I do, Delphine. Why are you just standing here? Okay, so there might have been a slight glitch with them, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is run over here to Esbern, and...
Isn't it amazing?
I just want to know how to defeat Alduin.
Ah, of course. Not everyone has an appreciation for the artistic wonders of the world. Let me see if I can find the right panel.
Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and take a seat here and wait for a few hours, because, well, apparently the members traveling in my party are not working as they're supposed to.
Isn't it amazing?
Okay, let's try this one here. No, that was when I found Delphine down there. So this is when we first entered Skyrim Temple, I think, here.
Let's go see if Esbern's right about Alduin's Wall.
Let's go see if you don't stand still.
Fascinating. Original Akaviri bas-reliefs, almost entirely intact.
I really hope it works this time.
You can see how the Akaviri craftsmen were beginning to embrace the more flowing Nordic style.
We're here for Alduin's Wall, right, Esbern?
Yes, of course. We'll have more time to look around later, I suppose. Let's see what's up ahead.
I find it kind of interesting. They wanted me to go in first, you know, Dragonborn enter first, and then it turns out you can't go too far ahead, potentially. Why is Delphine just standing down there? That's...
Shaw's bones, here it is. Aldrin's Wall, so well preserved. Huh? I've never seen a final example of early Second Era Akaviri sculpture and relief.
Okay, I really hope this works this time.
Yes, yes, let's see what we have.
There's another plinth here, and I assume that Delphine has to be the one to light that one. However, she's being less than helpful in that regard. So I'm going to open the Karth Spire, walk outside, and walk back in, and hopefully actually do what they're supposed to. Well, you're farther up than you were, Delphine, I'll give you that. So here's what I'll do. I'll open Karth Spire again. Wait for a couple of hours for you to finally get up the stairs. Also, this is a very dark place, so I still need candlelight.
What do you need, Dragonborn?
What's so important about me being Dragonborn?
The Blades have always guarded and guided the Dragonborn, but we'd forgotten why. Now our purpose is clear. I'm all that's left of the Blades, and you're the Dragonborn. Together, we're going to stop these dragons if we have to put every last one of them back in the ground.
I mean, we just found Esbern, you're not the last. Who are the Thalmor?
The faction that rules the Aldmeri Dominion. The ones who almost destroyed the Empire during the Great War 30 years back. There's no worse enemy to humankind in Tamriel. The Empire barely survived the last war. The Thalmor don't intend to lose the next one.
So why are they hunting you?
When I was young, our leaders became obsessed with the Thalmor threat. They believed that if and when we found a Dragonborn, we would need to protect him against the Thalmor. Turns out we fatally underestimated the Thalmor. They smashed us with ease during the Great War. I was one of the few who escaped. For a long time, all I cared about was staying alive and taking revenge on the Thalmor when I could. But then the dragons returned, and I remembered that the Blades used to be dragon slayers, and that we were sworn to protect the Dragonborn, the greatest dragon slayer of all.
Ah. Makes sense, Delphine. Now, might I suggest that we head this way and talk to Esbern? Why are you just standing there, Delphine? It's dark. You're not lighting plinths like you're supposed to be. Probably won't work, but I'm gonna try it. No. Did not work.
Isn't it amazing?
I just want to know how to defeat Alduin.
Ah, of course. Not everyone has an appreciation for the artistic wonders of the world. Let me see if I can find the right panel.
I do have the unofficial Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition patch, so I'm wondering why it's working so badly. Well, while I'm waiting, I'll just kind of look around here, just kind of investigate a few chests that can be looted. That's nice. What's in back here? Some more chests. Chests. Yep. I'm not going to loot anything yet because, like I said, it's having a problem. So, go down the stairwell a little bit to another alcove with a table. Dragonbane. That's a fun one-handed sword. Oh, can only be found here. Mace etiquette. That'll increase my one-handed skill, I bet. And there's a chest there. And then there's so many blade swords, which actually do more inherent damage than Dragonbane does, but I think Dragonbane does more damage to dragons. And now it is dark again. Candlelight. Yeah, Alduin's Wall. Learn the secret of Alduin's Wall. Well, I can't really do that if my allies are having a problem. So, with that in mind, what if I exit out this way and open Skyrim here? Go out into the courtyard. Okay. Now I'm going to wait more than an entire day. Or not entire day, but wait through the night. As if they really needed to research this. Because apparently they're having an issue with it. I'm not enjoying that aspect of it. It's not supposed to be having an issue like this.
Alduin's defeat is the centerpiece of the wall. You see, here is falling from the sky. The Nord tongues, masters of the voice, are arrayed against him.
So does it show how they defeated him? Isn't that why we're here?
Patience, my dear. The Akaviri were not a straightforward people. Everything is couched in allegory and mythic symbolism. Yes. This here, coming from the mouths of the Nord heroes, this is the Akaviri symbol for shout. But there's no way to know what shout is meant.
You mean they used a shout to defeat Alduin? You're sure?
Oh yes, presumably something rather specific to dragons, or even Alduin himself. Remember, this is where they recorded all they knew of Alduin and his return.
So we're looking for a shout then? Damn it. Have you ever heard of such a thing? A shout that can knock a dragon out of the sky?
Personally, no. The Greybeards might know.
You're probably right.
They might know.
I was hoping to avoid having to involve them in this, but it seems we have no choice.
What do you have against the Greybeards?
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it. Think about it. Have they tried to stop the Civil War or done anything about Alduin? No. And they're afraid of you, of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
The Greybeards have a point. Power can be dangerous.
Only if you don't know how to use it. All the great heroes have had to learn to use their power. Those that shrank from their destiny. Well, you've never heard of them, have you? And there are the villains, those that misused their power. There's always a choice, and there's always a risk. But if you live in fear of what might go wrong, you'll end up doing nothing. Like the Greybeards up on their mountain.
I'd better go see what Anger knows about this shot then. Embrace destiny.
Right. Good thing they've already let you into their little cult. Not likely they'd help Esbern or me if we came calling. We'll look around Skyhaven Temple and see what else the old blades might have left for us. It's a better hideout than I could have hoped for. Talos guard you. Do you need something?
Here, in the third panel. The prophecy which brought the Akaviri to Tamriel in the first place, in search of the Dragonborn. Here are the Akaviri, the blades. You see their distinctive longswords. Now they need their ancient mission fulfilled, as the last Dragonborn contends with Aldred at the end of time. Are you paying attention, Elfin? You might learn something of our own history.
Well, I certainly enjoyed that history lesson. So, completed Alduin's Wall. Made it into Skyhaven Temple. Finally. But what I want to do is loot some of these chests and, you know, pick up some nice items and that before. A fishing rod, yes. Okay. That's good, because I do have fishing in this game. With I don't have the full anniversary edition of Skyrim, but what I do have is I still have special edition, and that came with the stuff that you get from anniversary edition coming out. You get fishing regardless, and that's one thing I've always wanted to have in Skyrim. So that's amazing. Okay, chest here. Ooh. Oh, it's all heavy armor though. And it's no. I mean, don't get me wrong, this stuff is cool, but it's heavy armor. I prefer light armor. Why you gotta be like this? No. I can at least take Blade Sword into Dragonbane. I'm gonna read Maze Etiquette. And then, so what does Dragonbane do? 20 points of extra damage to dragons and 10 points of shock damage to others. So that means it does 10 points of shock damage to anybody regardless, and then probably just the 20 points of extra damage to dragons, which is really good for a one-handed sword. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and call this one here. Thank you for joining me, the Nerdy Librarian, on this exciting episode of Legendary Playthrough of Skyrim. Hey, if you liked what you saw and you want to see more of this, don't forget to like and subscribe. I can't promise that I'll have videos out necessarily on a regular basis. I have a life outside of creating videos and that sort of thing that can get pretty busy, but I'll do what I can. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Okay, like I said, I was going to be doing some bonus footage here because I'm still curious about what happens to Perth, that minor character. well, that minor character who was a miner up near Sulhan's sinkhole. Never really found out what happened to him. So, I'm hoping he survived. Now, I don't know if I don't think I can fast travel from within Karthspire here. I don't think I can. Oh, I can. Okay, good. So let me head up towards Sulhan's sinkhole and see if I can find him. It was the site of that battle that took place. Yeah, so there's the one dragon. You know, I think I need to get a bird's eye view. Not bird's eye view, dragon's eye view on this, excuse me. Trying to figure out where he went, because there was Perth, there was a Reachhold guard, and not to mention, I haven't gotten a notification saying that the one quest was failed. So all I can think here is that Perth is still alive, but is stuck somewhere. Maybe. The hunt for Perth. Let's call this. AKA it's gonna turn into me running around like a chicken with my head cut off for a few minutes here looking for him. And that Reachhold guard. Well, let me see what I can scare up. Let me see what I can find. I don't think anybody went up here, but I might be able to see down below if there was some. Oh, this is interesting. Talvor. Huh. And Karan. Looks like they were murdered. What happened here? Karan's journal. 8th of Frostfall. Oh, Talvar. Dear sweet Talvar. I can't stop thinking about him. Since that first moment I laid eyes on him in the marketplace, my heart was lost. But father would never allow me to marry a commoner, much less a poor Dunmer miner. Mara, what to do? 11th of Sunstone. Another letter from Talvar. The 3rd this week. He says he can't live without me, that he'd rather die than lose me to another. Oh, I feel the same way. I can't abide this any longer. Father is sure to find out eventually. The maids are all aflutter over my secret love. Something will slip. Talvar and I must be long gone by then, or father will have all the Reach up in arms against him. 22nd of First Seed. I've convinced father to take me on his next trip out east. When we reach the inn at Old Roldan, I'll slip out at night and meet Talvar in the hills above Solent. Talvar says he's been saving his wages for the last few months, stowing them away in the old stump up there. With that, we should be able to buy passage to Riften and our freedom. Oh, love, I can't wait another hour. And then obviously they were killed. Well, it's definitely not Perth, so that's good news for me. However, feel bad for them. But this is the stuff they were storing up. Huh. I wonder what happened. Read this. It's not a skill book. Take that. Dang it! 2 extra pounds really makes the difference, doesn't it? Okay. I'll give the Copernonic Circlet back. But, okay, so that kind of gives some information on their story. It doesn't tell how they died, though. And nothing was stolen, so I'm gonna guess, or my hunch is then that it was wild animal of some sort. They were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Also, I want a quick save to make that canon that I found that stuff. I have nearly 3,000 gold. Once I get to 5,000, I can buy a house in Whiterun. Unless, if I haven't bought it already, I forget. Okay, here's the Reachhold Guard. Slain by the dragon. Okay. Well, that's one of the individuals I was looking for. So that's where he went down at. So what happened to Perth? So check the bushes here. No, I'm guessing he did not aim for the bushes. I don't think he went flying at all. I mean, oh, I'll take some juniper. That's nice. Some more juniper. Some more bushes here. He's not in them. Mara Tapinella, Tapinea, however you pronounce that. Let me go back in the miner's house and see if Perth is in here. No, he is not.
We tunneled into an old crypt. We're warning strangers to keep out.
Okay. Still curious. I don't want to go too far into Solian's sinkhole, though. Okay, apparently there's still some Draugr in here. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to clear this place out yet, but in searching for Perth, I'm curious. And you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat, and I am a Khajiit, so that's very unfortunate. Poor choice of words. But a very apt statement at the same time. I don't think Perth is in here, though. It was just Esbern and Delphine. So I'm going to head back out into the daylight here. See what I can find. Because, like I said, the Reachhold Guard was just around the corner here. But no sign of Perth. So maybe Perth is farther up this way. I mean, it depends. It depends if he was able to flee, and if he was able to flee, how far did he flee? Okay, and I had gone down to this dragon burial site before. I don't think Perth made it this far, though. No. No, he didn't. Where is he? Where'd this man go? This is turning into a Skyrim missing persons case. It's very interesting. Well, I know this is still clear, but Perth wasn't down here. I don't mean to sound like Dr. Seuss with those rhymes. Sorry about that. Just kind of talking this one through, trying to logic this one out. Where did this guy go? What happened to him? Now, he was... well, is. I'm not going to say was just yet. But he is an NPC. And, I mean, I don't like the thought of it, but it's entirely possible that he was killed in that onslaught. And if that's the case, there's a possibility as to where he might have gone. Because this is Markarth Hold, it might be that, well... but I haven't received a letter and a lot of gold saying that an inheritance was left. So what's... so I don't think he's dead in game. But here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to fast travel to the Markarth stables, and if a courier comes up to me, then I will know what Perth's fate is. Also, for going to Markarth, I want to make sure that I have the correct shout prepped here. Unrelenting Force, good. You will see why I said this. I have to be very quick with my reflexes on this.
A bit of jewelry for your journey home?
I missed. I missed. Someone is about to be murdered, and I don't want that to happen. Waylon. He's trying to murder an individual here in our car.
I die from my people.
Run off.
Everyone stay back. The Markarth City Guard have this all under control.
I believe he was trying to murder Margaret.
By the gods, that man nearly killed me. You saved my life. Thank you. Here. I was gonna bring this to my sister, but I think you should have it.
Silver emerald necklace, that's nice. Do you know why he was after you?
No. I don't have any idea. I was just shopping for a pendant for my sister back in the Imperial City.
That man said something about the Forsworn.
I've heard of them. Something about the men who live in the hills and attack caravans. I'm sorry. I don't know anymore. I'm just visiting here from Cyrodiil.
I understand. I'm glad you're alive.
Good day.
We'll handle things from here. Move along.
That man shouted something about the Forsworn.
I said move along. The Forsworn are just a bunch of madmen. We have everything under control. Stay out of it.
Gods. A woman attacked right on the streets. Are you alright? Did you see what happened?
I was right there. He almost killed me.
I'm so sorry. I hope the Eighth give you more peace in the future.
Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important.
Is this your note? What does this mean?
My note? No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket.
Do you know anything about the attack?
No. I was just getting some fresh air. Had one too many pints of mead at the Silver Blood Inn. I'd better get going.
Need something?
So, Eltris there handed me a note, and that's going to pop a mission. Meet at the Shrine of Talos. So if I look at this, that is the Forsworn Conspiracy. I don't really want to start that, especially since this is some bonus content here. I don't really have time to...
and clean rooms.
I don't really have time to do a
This is
full-blown
the Silver
mission
Blood
here.
Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself.
I have a purchase agreement for you.
Boley finally got someone out here. Well, it's about time. I've been waiting for weeks.
Sorry about that.
Well, thank you for bringing it, I suppose. Have a good day.
Aren't you forgetting something?
What? Oh, how could I have possibly forgotten? Your reward, of course. Of course. Here you are. So sorry about that.
Dang it! He gave me ingots. I'm looking for work. Got any leads?
Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter.
Good. I'd like to rent a room as well, please.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Of course. Thank you, Klepper. Very kind of you. Why do you have to give me ingots? Ow! Ow, this hurts.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Not at all. Thank you. And sleep through the night. Sleeping 13 hours. Wow. If only I could do that. Never works. I sleep for about 7, and it's usually pretty restful sleep, and then I can't fall back asleep. So, wake and feeling well rested. That's nice. Okay, well, I guess we're just going to have to move here encumbered for a little bit.
Need something?
Is there something I can do for you?
Not at the moment, no. I'm just moving a little bit slower than I normally do. Good day to you. Good day to you. Good day to you. Bye, everyone. I'm gonna go see if I can smelt some things. You know, to lower my equipment load that way, because this is heavy. Help me. I am sitting at 354 carry weight because of what transpired there. I picked up about 5 pounds worth of inventory.
We'll handle things from here. Move along.
I'm moving very slowly, but I am moving along, see? Might moonwalk as well. Oh, that hasn't been invented yet, sorry about that. You'll learn about that later. So
Tacitus,
heavy.
what is this?
A nail?
Is that what you call it? In the Legion, we would have called
Okay,
it.
I can
Look how brittle the metal.
improve some things with iron and steel, so I'm going to do just that.
The forge gets so
I don't necessarily have to do that, but I'm going to.
What? You would skip.
Okay, that got rid of 3 pounds of carry weight that I didn't need.
Useless. Now do it again. Need a new blade?
What's wrong with your apprentice?
Tacitus? Boy's an Imperial. I keep showing him how to treat the iron, but he never gets it. In the Legion, the Imperial smiths used to read books when they couldn't set their hammers straight. Wisdom of the old, I guess. If you find a book called The Last Scabbard of Acros, could you bring it to me? Tacitus sure isn't learning by example.
I'll bring one if I find it.
Thanks.
Where do you learn to smith?
Grew up in a stronghold. Every orc girl tended the forge at some point. But a girl has to grow up, and life in the stronghold asked for a lot in return. So I joined the Legion, mastered my trade there.
You grew up in a stronghold.
That's right. An orc stronghold. Kept to ourselves, lived as our ancestors would have wanted. Wasn't enough for me, though. I left. Didn't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain.
Of course, I understand. I was wondering, I need training in smithing. Would you be able to help me?
It's an honorable craft. I'll show you what I can.
Now, is it worth the gold spending that to go up 5 levels in smithing, but lose out on the gold that would be helpful for buying a house where I could store my junk? Assuming I don't already have a house. I might have one already. I might have forgotten about it.
Let me know if you need
How did
something forged.
Easy. Sorry. Okay. So let's see what I can do here. Silver amethyst ring, silver garnet ring, silver jeweled necklace, silver ruby ring. Let's go with the jeweled necklace. And silver ruby ring plus silver amethyst ring. And suddenly, there is freedom of movement. But also, no courier. Which is interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, Perth, you are one interesting character. Where did you disappear to? I hate to say it, but I think we have ourselves a Skyrim cold case. Unless he's, I don't know, beneath the skeleton of a dragon? If that's even possible. Oh, the skeleton of one of the dragons is missing. Unless I'm looking in the wrong place for it. No, it's just missing. Okay. And the skeleton of the other one is up there. No. It's another dragon. No. So with that, I think we just have Skyrim Cold Case in our hands. Well, thank you for watching this bonus content. I'm the Nerdy Librarian. Signing off once again. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we'll learn about Perth sometime in the future.